What's poppin', everybody? Tara Lynch here with the next big thing, the video cast sharing all things infotainment. This week we have a great lineup for you. We start with our news bites and news out of Washington and overseas. We move into some awesome trends we love. So you guys know what to do. Let's jump right in. Begin with our news bites, and we start with President Trump. Earlier this week, he made a visit to Kenosha, Wisconsin, the city where Jacob Blake was shot by police on August 23rd. While there, he focused on law and order and the unrest in the country rather than violence and racism. He also said that this police-involved shooting was a bunch of bad apples and compared police violence to golfers who choke when trying to make an easy putt.
Choke. Just like in a golf tournament, they miss a 3-foot.
On his trip, the president did not meet with Jacob Blake's family. We turn now to news from overseas. The Russian group who meddled in the 2016 election is back. According to Facebook, there are new accounts and websites that mirror left-wing news sites. The goal of this organization is to deter voters from the Democratic candidate. What's new this time around is that they have hired Americans to write the news story rather than Russians. And August and September mean back to school season. We covered that last week on The Next Big Thing, but this week students across the country are back in the classroom, whether that's elementary school all the way up to college. What's new this year, though, are those masks and social distancing. As we said, those protocols vary nationwide. A new element of the schedule, though, mask breaks, where students can safely remove their masks and take a break. But one school district in this country is pressing pause. New York City, the largest district, has postponed their school plans for 10 days. Mayor de Blasio said this was necessary to avoid a teacher strike and to calm parents. New York City will begin classes in person September 21st. This week, we remember a hero, both on and off the screen. Chadwick Boseman passed away, the famed actor from Black Panther, 42, and Get On Up. During his 4-year battle with colon cancer, he visited cancer patients, reminding them to be their own hero. A South Carolina town, his hometown, wants to honor him. Residents have started a petition to build a statue of Chadwick Boseman and replace a Confederate statue that currently stands. Thousands of people have signed this petition. We move on now to the trends we love this week, and dancing is back in the ballroom. Dancing with the Stars is making their return September 14th, tangoing, foxtrotting, and salsaing back into our living rooms. Now, the all-new cast will be joined by a new host, Tyra Banks. Some of those new stars that will be contestants include Tiger King's Carole Baskin, rapper Nelly, and, of course, NFL star Vernon Davis. Other celebrities include Johnny Weir, a famous figure skater for the United States at the Olympics. You have AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys, and head coach of Navarro Cheerleading and star of Cheer on Netflix, Monica Aldelma. Make sure to get those dancing shoes on and tune in on September 14th. Finally, meet Alexa, just your average 3-year-old who loves Frozen. She went out to a McDonald's dressed as Queen Elsa and received a royal surprise. This group of middle schoolers were preparing for their middle school play, which just so happened to be Frozen. They broke out singing and made this girl's day. She even got invited to a special meet and greet with the cast. I'm calling on Idina Menzel and Kristen Bell. I think we have some royalty in our midst. Before we wrap up, we have our trend for you this week. On this show, we talk a lot about mindfulness and meditation, but how can we actually implement it in our daily lives? I'm definitely guilty of saying, oh, I can do that later, I can focus on my breath later, I can take a moment for myself later, I'm working on something. But we really need to make sure that we make the time for it. So I have 2 very easy places where we can do this. The first place, while we're walking. Now, I know that seems kind of crazy, but this has actually been done for thousands of years. You can be mindful of every single step you're taking, just like you're mindful of when you inhale and exhale. So next time you're walking, whether it's going for a walk or walking from place to place, try to just be there for yourself. Take a moment and really focus on putting your feet on that ground and inhaling and exhaling. Another place, while you're driving. So be mindful of your hands on the wheel. Don't do anything just because of muscle memory. Really focus. And you can also turn the music down, make sure your windows are up, and just have some quiet time for yourself. So be there and give yourself that time to relax. Okay, all you cool cats and kittens, that's all the time we have this week on The Next Big Thing. If you have something big to share or think that you could be a guest on the show, drop us a comment or a message. We have some exciting guests lined up in the coming weeks, so we can't wait to bring those to you. Come back next week for more, and remember, when you need the news that pops, I'll be here with The Next Big Thing.